Well, there is just no stopping 12-year-old Amelia Eldred after overcoming a rare bone cancer which saw doctors reattach her leg backwards. The inspirational schoolgirl is pursuing her dreams and gearing up to run in the community games, all thanks to her new prosthetic blade.
We're going to speak to Amelia and her mum, Michelle. But first of all, Will Godley has more on her incredible story.
Bye-bye, tumour. See you, loser. Those were the words Amelia Eldred said to her mum as she headed into life-changing leg surgery in 2018. Diagnosed with bone cancer on her 7th birthday, Amelia had an unimaginable choice to make: undergo a full leg amputation or have a rare operation called rotationplasty, which would enable her to use prosthetics in the future. She opted for the rotationplasty, with doctors removing the cancer before amputating the lower part of her right leg, then reattaching it back to front to create a new knee joint. The remarkable surgery has meant Amelia can now use prosthetic blades to run, ride a bike, and even fulfil her love of dancing. Amelia lives by the mantra that she can do anything if she works hard enough, and is now firmly focused on achieving her goal of completing a triathlon.
And Amelia and her mum, Michelle, are with us now. So, Amelia, I don't know, dancing, running, rock climbing. What's your favourite sport to do?
I just love to challenge myself and always want to do the extra step further to be able to do different things that I wasn't doing before.
Do you remember having the conversation with doctors where they said, we have this option, it's done very rarely, where after losing your leg to this horrible cancer, we could reattach your foot, but we would reattach it so it's pointing the other way, but it would make it easier to put a prosthetic blade on? Because I can imagine for a child, that's a big conversation to have, isn't it?
At first I was really confused, but I knew that if I had this operation, I would be able to get dancing, get walking again and doing all these activities which I love to do, and that's really what the main goal was, to be able to do that again.
Were you worried, to ask a really sort of blunt question, about how it would look? Was that something that you were concerned about, or was that overruled by the fact that you knew this would help?
I think it was overruled because a lot of people think it looks weird, but I just think I'm going to be able to do all these things again, and that was the main point for me.
Amazing.
And if you hadn't had the operation, could you still have done running and dancing if you're...
I probably wouldn't have been able to have a prosthetic, so I wouldn't have been able to do all the things that I'm doing now, so I'm really glad that I chose rotationplasty.
And you've clearly got loads and loads of different talents. And I've seen you dancing, it's amazing. What is your ambition? What are you going to do in your career, in your life? What's the thing which you're going to make your mission?
I really love musical theatre and acting, but at the moment I think I'm going to try do more activities to raise money for kids who are trying to get prosthetics, and so that they can be proud that they are amputees.
Brilliant.
Michelle, as a mum, I can only imagine what it is like to be told your 7-year-old has cancer.
Yeah.
How did you stay strong through that experience?
A lot of it for myself and my husband, we were led by Amelia. So she's always
that kind of doesn't surprise me.
She's always been very positive and outgoing child. And obviously the shock of it was shock. You disbelief. You live, I think, for a long time thinking it's not really happening to you or to your child. But Amelia was always very positive, as long as when we was in hospital, we was together, we'd set ourselves small goals of things we were going to do. There was always watching the dancing, and Strictly, wasn't it, on a Saturday? That was one of our main goals. We always had to do that, and yeah, and just
amazing.
Yeah.
It's wonderful when your children surprise you.
Yeah.
What has surprised you most about how Amelia has been able to deal with this?
Her acceptance, I think, as well. It's when we was told, we didn't realise that she was going to lose her leg at first. She had a couple of months of chemotherapy and the tumour hadn't shrunk. So then it was the choice of full leg amputation or the rotationplasty. And you just think, how am I going to tell a 7-year-old? How do you explain that to her? Unfortunately, it was 2017, so we was watching things like Strictly with Johnny Peacock in at the time, watching his dancing, and Amelia just asked me one day if she was going to be like Johnny Peacock. Was she going to have a blade or one day? And that's how we came across the conversation then. It opened up the conversation to talk about this is the options and this is what can...
Brilliant.
And that's why having people like Johnny Peacock on Strictly Come Dancing is so powerful, isn't
It
it?
is.
Absolutely.
Just when you watched him dancing, what did you think of what he was doing?
I just thought that's because at the time I was in hospital and I was thinking, am I ever going to be able to do these things again? But then that really gave me the confidence boost to think I am going to be able to get out of here.
And you are doing
get
them.
my prosthetic leg and do all these things and
You
more.
are. Amazing.
Have you met Johnny Peacock?
No, I haven't.
Right. Johnny Peacock, if you're watching, we have someone very special who you inspired and who, as a result of what you did on Strictly, is now here doing this, feels emboldened with a quite remarkable, life-changing bit of surgery.
Yes.
So well done to you, Johnny.
He'll
It would
be
be
totally
lovely
overcome.
to get you together, wouldn't it? Maybe you could dance together. Because you've danced with Anton Dubek, haven't you?
Yes.
On stage. And that would be fantastic. Michelle, Amelia, you are remarkable people. And I think that your appearance on Good Morning Britain this morning will also inspire a lot of people going through challenging times.
It really will.
And you're amazing. Good luck.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so much.
And we'll see you on stage in the West End in a musical sometime soon.
And we'll see you at the
so.
community games, right?
We've got the, the community games,
games.
and we're getting her ready and training to do some sort of fundraiser, as I say, to help children and
To be
camp
able
kids.
to get other children proud that they are amputees, because I went on a charity called Amp Camp Kids, which really helps you meet other amputees, because I'd never met an amputee before. I was really new to it, and then I went on one of their holidays to meet other children, and it really helped open up
Your
my
confidence,
confidence.
wasn't
Brilliant.
It's brilliant. What you've dealt with is incredible. Thank you so
you.
much.
it? Thank you.
It's good to see you both this morning.
Good to see your mum looking so proud.
Thank you.